Looking for?
We're looking for a book of alchemical recipes called the Dream Stride. The tome bears the likeness of Vermaena on the cover. It should be here somewhere. If you'll check the shelves around the balcony, I'll check around the lower level.
Pix and Pooks had a strange feeling that he knew exactly where the book might be. So he headed back to the balconies even, not the alchemies. Hiding just behind a crumbled pillar, he found the book. It was a very big, boring book, and so he decided to hand it over to Erendur.
Yes, my son. What is it I can help with?
Found it.
Let me take a look. Mara be praised. There is a way past the barrier to the inner sanctum. It involves a recipe for a liquid known as Vermena's torpor.
Is that some kind of potion?
Yes. The torpor grants an ability the priests of Vermaena called the Dream Stride, using dreams to travel distances in the real world.
That's amazing.
Quite amazing, yes. Alchemy and the blessings of a divine, distilled down into a ingestible liquid. Sadly, I have yet to see it function in person.
I'm going to be your test subject then?
As a sworn priest of Mara, the elixir won't work for me. The torpor will only work for priests of Vermaena, or the unaffiliated.
Do you know where we can find the torpor?
All believe there is a laboratory in the East Wing. If we proceed there, we should be able to locate a sample. The laboratory adjoins the library. I'm hoping we'll find a sample of the torpor left undamaged.
And so, through the misty corridor where no doubt more sleepers waited.
Take heed, they've awakened.
It's nothing. Awaken and perish.
Poor fools barely had time to enjoy the waking world once more when they fell. Crushed into juices by the Pixen's axe. And when I say axe, I mean Warhammer. This book is old and smudged.
For Dawnstar.
More sleepers.
Never should have come here.
The Vermaena devotees were weak. As were the Orc invaders, really. But they were weak, even in a relative sense. Pix and Pooks scanned the room for more sleepers. There seemed to be none.
Now that they've been dealt with, we need to find the torpor.
How will I know what it looks like? There will probably be an arrow over it, but if not, how will I know?
It should be in a small bottle, very similar to a potion. I'll begin searching up here.
Okay.
The torpor should be in a tall bottle with dark liquid. If you find it, bring it to me.
The Dragonborn, being one of a keen eye, found it. Erendur.
Yes, my son. What is it I can help with?
I found the torpor.
I'm relieved you discovered a bottle intact. This place looks as though it was ransacked by the orcs. So, I've taken us this far, but you need to guide us the rest of the way. Drink.
Here? Now?
Dawnstar's fate rests in that tiny bottle. The longer we wait, the more damage Vermaena could be doing to those poor people. I understand your hesitation, but I promise you that it works. Let's continue. Wisdom.
And so, wasting no time, Pix and Pooks drank the torpor.
Much to...
The orcs have breached the inner sanctum, Brother Baron.
We must hold. We can't allow the skull to fall into their hands.
But no more than a handful of us remain, brother.
Then we have no choice. The miasma must be released.
The miasma? But brother...
We have no alternative. It's the will of Vermaena. And what about you, Brother Casimir? Are you prepared to serve the will of Vermaena?
I've made my peace. I'm ready.
Then it's decided. Brother Casimir, you must activate the barrier and release the miasma. Let nothing stop you. Brother Thorin, we must remain here and guard this skull with our lives if necessary.
Agreed to the death.
Then let it be done. Farewell, my brothers.
And so Pix and Pooks, now wearing a different face to his own, rushed towards the source of the miasma. He wondered meekly whether or not he was going the wrong way. He can only assume that he wasn't. Yes, he seemed to be on the right track. And so, through the bright, harsh colours, he ran. Interrupting a score of fighters. Pushing past their own personal duels, he pulled the trigger. And the miasma was released. Suddenly Pix and Pooks found himself in what might have been the real world. Indeed, he was past the barrier, and so he proceeded onwards. But instead he didn't. He took out the soul gem and disabled the barrier, and spoke once more to Erendur.
It worked. Mara be praised. You vanished after drinking the torpor and materialized on the other side. I've never seen anything quite like it.
It was remarkable, as if I were really there.
How I envy you. I can only imagine the excitement of seeing history through the eyes of another. Sadly, I am resigned to just reading of its wonders through my research of the skull.
We can discuss it later. We need to proceed.
Indeed. My reverence for Vermeena's machinations should not take precedence over our mission. My apologies. The inner sanctum lies ahead. We must reach the skull and put an end to Dawnstar's troubles. Lead on, my friend. Come, we must get to the skull and destroy it.
Indeed, they must. There were more sleepers in these corridors, but they were little more than a very minor interruption.
They mustn't stop us.
That particular devotee, he could be proud of his death. Very few people can boast in the afterlife that they had their skull caved in while they were on fire. Pix and Pooks hoped that perhaps one day he would die in such a